Okay, I don't want to jinx it by acknowledging it out loud, but I think it looks pretty sunny outside, so we might be good to go with our read a book outside today for the last day of Reading Rush. So the book that I've picked for the very last day of Reading Rush is a book that's quite small because I was worried that maybe it would be raining or something and I'd have to read it all the way outside. So I've picked this small one. It's only, I think, 150 pages, or maybe even less than that. 139 pages. And it's called The Haunting of Tramcar 15 by P. Jelly Clark. Does anyone know how to say that name? Like, I don't want to call them Jelly if their name's not Jelly, because I feel like maybe them is fighting words. Jelly. But anyway, this one is like a sort of fantasy, sci-fi, mystery, creepy a bit. It's about like an alternative world, I guess, with like magic and stuff. I guess like a bit like Harry Potter, I guess. But it's Cairo in 1912, and there's a thing called the Ministry of Alchemy, Enchantments, and Supernatural Entities. And I guess these two agents for that ministry have to handle a possessed tramcar, but then like other stuff come up. Don't know. I think it looks really good. Weirdly, I'm like weirdly into it. I'm pretty excited. Okay, first things first. Nero. It's very important. Oh my god. This bed and I are trying to sort out the Instagram challenge for today, which is like book art. I thought that was gonna be just no big deal, you know, like, oh, do some stuff, like put some books on the ground, blah, blah, blah. Holy shit. I'm exhausted. I need a drink. Okay, so I'm on chapter 3 now. Shh. And it's really good. I really like it. It's like quirky, it's interesting. So the idea is it's these two like agents, or these like, I guess like police guys, but for magic. And they're in Cairo in 1912. And at some point, like 40 years before this like wandering like madman, or this like wandering sorcerer or whatever, like ripped open a hole in the wall between like the normal world and like the magic world of like the jinn and stuff, and he like let loads of them through. So now like the jinn just exist in like normal life, and they've helped to like overthrow British rule in Egypt, and they've helped to make Cairo like one of the sort of main cities of the world to like rival London and Paris and everything, like with the help of the jinn. And they have these like tram cars that were sort of partially invented by the jinn. And so these two guys, they go to investigate this this claim that one of the tram cars is haunted, and they look in there, and it's like a malevolent thing. It like throws them back out again, and they come back with the conclusion that it's like a jinn. And the guy who called in the complaint, he's like, but I know loads of jinn, like I work with a lot of them, like you know, they're normal, they just have normal jobs. And the two agents are like, no, there's loads of different kinds of jinn, and like some of them are like weird and malevolent and different and stuff. So I'm really liking it. Okay, so how you're normally meant to get rid of like a jinn possession is by hiring a greater jinn that's like on the side of the sort of humans to get rid of the other jinn. But it's very expensive, see, and neither the state nor the person who owns the tram car is willing to sort of pay that money. So they're like, oh, it might be cheaper if we instead go to these people who tend to do like a ceremony to like gets rid of lesser jinn problems, you know? So it's like this group of people who take calls from women who, like, you know, are having a problem like having a baby, or like are a bit ill, or like something like that. So they've like gone to this group of women just thinking, oh, it's like nothing magic, it's like little magic, it's stupid. And they've gone to them to try to convince them to help. And they've seen that it's like this actual massive operation with like loads of people working for them, and like they're a bit shocked, I think. I'm really liking this book, like just the descriptions of like the alternate universe and like how history could have gone differently, and like the sort of how the jinn are sort of living in society and working in society, and like social balance and stuff in this like alternate worlds. I'm really liking it, it's really good. I was reading in the backyard for a bit, and I've had to come out the front instead because it is officially that time of day that happens every day for my neighbour to scream at her husband with all the windows open. Like clockwork it is, really. Like, part of me just wonders at what point I become like that. Like, give it another 10 years, I reckon. Anyway, I'm really liking this book. It's just like, I don't know, it's like a cozy, like quirky, easy, you know, sci-fi, fantasy, cop, mystery type book. It's just like a, I don't know, it's like a good one, you know, it's like a feel-good type one. And it's really interesting, like the sort of world building that goes into this like alternate Cairo. Like, I don't want to give too many things away because I feel like you should read it, so I'm not going to say, you know, loads about how this like alternate Egypt is from actual Egypt. At the minute that I'm reading it now, they've realized that it's not actually a jinn in the tram car. Like, I'm not going to say anything more about it, but it's like sort of funny. Like, I quite like it. Anyway, I mean, it's not funny, it's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain without like giving anything away, but get in my belly. Okay, I have finished it. The Haunting of Tramcar 015 or 15 by P. Jelly Clark. Still don't know how to say that. I really liked it. It was really good. It was like a really quick read. I liked the ending. I just really liked that one. It's been a really good one. And that puts me at the end of Reading Rush. So I read these 6 and then also listened to one audiobook, which was The Secrets We Kept by Laura Prescott. So that was 7 books in 7 days, and TBH, I am exhausted. They're not even particularly long, like literally any of them, but like to finish the 7 books in 7 days, it always like, makes me really exhausted. Like, I'm probably not going to read anything at all tomorrow and then see where I go from there. Like, I still have to finish 2 of my books for the summer school readathon that I was doing in July, and I have to do it for the end of July, which is very soon. So maybe I'm not going to take a break from reading tomorrow, but like, I'll definitely start drinking now and see what happens. But anyway, this was ridiculously fun. I love Reading Rush all the time, and I loved watching all of your vlogs and like everything as well. Like, I'll probably spend a lot of my time tonight and tomorrow sort of catching up on the ones that I've missed, just sort of like going through a lot of them and catching the good ones. Okay, thanks for watching. Until next time, bye!